Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this look at a fantastic new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Fjorddal. This is a new mod map out by OlaHaldor, 149.41 megabytes download, as far as I can tell. Again, I do this every now and again. The word Dal in Norwegian means valley, and I've only recently done the Fjorddal map by OlaHaldor, which was OlaHaldor's first map. This is the second, and that came out a long time ago, but I missed it, so I've only done it recently. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit nervous coming onto here, because the first one, Fjorddal, was littered with sleep triggers, workshop. I mean, every plot of land pretty much had something on. This one is a lot better. That one, beautiful map, alpine look, Norwegian, fantastic. This the same. However, a little bit like Fjorddal, there's so much beauty. The way the map's laid out, the sweeping landscape, the attention to detail is phenomenal. But when it comes to the railway on here, it's a little bit clunky. I said that in the first one. I think the railroad track just needs smoothing out a little bit, like the rest of the map is. It's the only thing for me, because I'm thinking, oh, I could come on here and do a Let's Play, because I love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant, but it's a little bit, yeah, that's the only thing. One required mod, and that's the Buildings of Norway by OlaHaldor. There are no custom crops, and contracts are available. We start here at the main farm on New Farmer. The slot count is 1,502 on all three game modes. New Farmer, Farm Manager, and Start from scratch. So you start with all the same buildings, all the same equipment and machinery. There are several other farms around the map. I'm going to buy those up now. I'm going to show you where they are, and then we're going to do a route round taking everything in. I've already put some money in. I'm on New Farmer, so I would normally start with 100,000, so that's why it's saying 10,250,000. The map looks like this, and we start up here, and it is, like I say, I mean, it looks just incredible, and all the landscape all around here, it's amazing. There are some really nice features to this, very, very cool indeed. So, main farm area, field prices, plot prices, not too bad. Plots that have got farms on, the prices are a little bit more expensive because it's allowing the fact there are buildings and things on, which can be removed. A lot of fences can be, even if you don't own the land, fences can be removed. So if you're finding it a little bit frustrating, I'm not going to lie, in a couple of locations I have removed 2 or 3 fence panels just for the ease of my route. You'll see when we get there, and I will explain. So this is the main farm. If we buy plot 30, we buy plot 61, 60, 58, 45, which is down here. That's got the biogas plant on, if I'm right. Was it 45 or 42? 42. And I'm sure I need to buy 45 for another reason. I'm just checking my notes. Oh yeah, and 45 as well. 45 because there's a bale and pallet storage there that wasn't showing. And then we come over here and we've got plot 7 and plot 6. Do that, and you'll notice now all of these extra icons and stuff have appeared for the various different farms. But like I said, nowhere near like Fjorddal. That was crazy. I have off camera gone through and bought pretty much every single plot just to double check, because I thought, you know, there are a lot of these plots here I'm thinking they're likely to have farms on. And there's no sell points or anything in those directions, so it's not somewhere you're likely to go on a map tour, and it didn't hurt to check. So, the main farm then, behind us. We do have a dog called Molly, and the ball, when we started, the tennis ball just rolled off. I mean, it's still way down there. Look, I don't know if you can see that little dot down there. That was just rolling when I started. Sleep trigger up here, and like I said, I mean, it's wow, it looks fantastic. I love it. Can you imagine living somewhere like this, on a hillside like this, with this kind of view? Coming down, chilling out on the old hammock. Oh. Anyway, start equipment and machinery. We have a Valtra. We've got a cultivator, seeder. We've got a case with front loader gear, couple of weights, spreader. Trailer, we've got a fuel tank. Just there, 5,000 litres, can be filled up, simulated filled up. Mower, windrower, forage wagon, harvester, and header. I Which I don't think we've got. Was there a header trailer? I don't think there is a header trailer for it. And then we've got round here, we've got a John Deere with a slurry spreader. What I love, it says in the description, they've made it so that the hillside here is like a ski slope. I mean, this is going to test your equipment. I mean, but look at that. But again, fantastic. Why not? There are collectibles, 100. There are cheeses. They're worth a fair bit as well. If we come across one, I will spoiler alert it, so you can look away if you want to. And then here at the main farm, we have got cows, 60 of. Because this is used in the buildings of Norway by OlaHaldor, most of the farm buildings, barns, you can't access the insides of the buildings. Some you've got open barns and top bits you can go into, but for the most part they're pretty much closed in. We're going to grab, I think we'll grab the case. The case and the voucher both go at 32 miles an hour, but the case is just a little bit smaller than the voucher. Actually, probably not, probably the exact same. Oh, jet wash just there as well. The land up behind this is mostly forested. I say mostly forested. Any of the areas that have got grass fields as well. I know sometimes I've done map tours and people say, oh, it's just littered with grass fields and I don't want to do cows. Then plough them up. Turn them into arable fields. They don't have to stay as grass fields. You can put them as anything you want. That is your prerogative. Now it does say when we get down into the harbour area, on PC there is a ferry option. If you download the ferry pack, I think it's TCBO MCE or something it says in the description, there is a ferry option for crossing to the little island. On console that's not a thing. And I'll show you what I mean here as well. I don't own this land. Or do I own this land? I do. It's not going to be the best. Oh, this one I don't. Go across to demolish. So you'll see, no, I don't own the land. I can remove the fencing. So if you're not a person who particularly likes fencing, it would take you hours to remove all the fencing off the map. But you might have an area where you think, actually, I'd rather I could get into the field there. It's doable. You can remove fencing. So that's a handy thing to be able to do, I would say. I'll talk about build modes in a moment. Just remembered I haven't shown that. So plot 30 is where we are now. Plot 30, sleep and wardrobe trigger just there. I know it's got the workshop icon, and I think when I did the Fjorddal map tour, I think I made a mistake on a couple of these. That's sleep, that's wardrobe. Although it's showing the workshop spanner icon. Again, these fences can be removed, the buildings can be removed once you're on the land, but I couldn't remove the decorative objects. That's something to be aware of if you want to. Now I did off camera remove all the start equipment and all the buildings I could from all the various different farms. I got the slot count down from 1,502 to 1,137. You may be able to get it lower. So I think, actually, is this one open? Like I say, we've got some barn and storage space, but as far as with regard to seeing the animals, that kind of thing, that's what you can't see. And then here we've got 65 cows, I think it was, at this one. Let me just double check. And this is where you'll see the first of my 65 cows. I'm going to open the gate here. So the route, and I will show you on the map where I'm going. I had an option here. So from here I can go all the way back down to there, follow either that route or this route, come all the way down here, then come all the way back up here, or go across there. You know me. Easy lifetime, easy life. I will come back and close all the gates later, don't worry. I know people do get a bit worried when I leave the gates open. It'll be fine. I'll do it off camera, I promise. So, we sweep down here. We are going to hit some more fence lines. So like I said, I have taken the liberty of removing a couple of fence sections just for the ease of this. But you can see that the landscape, it's, like I say, I don't know. And that's such a contrast to what we'll see later on. There you go, look. So this normally has fencing across there. But there's nothing to stop you coming through. And in areas like that, putting, it doesn't have to just be a gap. You could put a gate in there. So down to plot 61 is where we're heading now. Much quicker route. The building directly ahead of us, I did wonder if it was a bale and pallet storage, but it's not. As far as I can tell, it's just a shed. Nothing's come up for bale and pallet storage. Sleep trigger is just there. Just over here we have got chickens 30 in there. If we come around the back of here, we've got sheep at 200. But again, I'm going to double check just to make certain. I did write it down in my notes, but it doesn't hurt to have a look. And some shed space and stuff. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to see now, there is a cheese. If you don't want to see what it's worth as well, it's, you know, oh, get ready. And there are 100 of those. 100. Oh, anyway, you'll probably see some others later on because there are some that are fairly obvious. Right, from here, I will do what I always do. I'll show you on the map where we are, where we've been, just to put it into context so you get an idea where I'm driving now, where that relates to on the map. Otherwise you don't get a kind of feel for. And again, it's this, I'm just going to do this in build mode. It's this sweeping valley, you know, you've got all these little fields dotted around and the little tracks that run between them all, and then you've got these ridges and then the next valley over, and it has such a brilliant look and feel to it. So when we get down to the bottom here to the T-junction, we're going to bung a right. Bung it, chuck it, and brake it. Give it some beams, whatever you want to do. So we are now at plot 60. Sleep trigger just to our left. To our right, horse pasture, or yeah, horse pasture pen for 5 horses. And then we've got cows just over there at 200. Where's 200? Yep. Slurry point just there. All of the, if you have your help window open, and also if we go into our menu here, I don't often say it, and if you're new to the game you might not know, this one here, interactive zone markers, if I turn that off, you'll notice now all the blue icons have gone. It doesn't hurt when you're going around the map for the first time to have that turned on. Obviously when you're playing the game and you want a bit more immersion, you're not going to necessarily have those on. But as far as finding the location of points for feed and slurry points and milk points and where you drop off bales and that kind of stuff, it doesn't hurt, you know. Then we've got a bit of barn space just over here. Not an animal pen here. Just barn space. Right, we are going to swing back around. And then go back across that T-junction. Down towards plot 58. And then we're going to head down off the mountainside. Towards the more built-up area. It's one of those things I've often wondered, you know, if you live kind of out in the wilderness or like this, out right in the countryside, and you have to go into town for whether it's selling stuff or whatever it might be, buying stuff. And I know I watched Railroad Alaska, I used to watch that a lot, and the guys used to get on the train and once every month or whatever they'd go into the local town to buy certain things they needed, and a lot of them they just didn't like going at all because they got so used to being out in the landscape, in the countryside, in the wilderness, and to go where there's lots of people and hustle and bustle. I can imagine it's just the same. So sleep trigger just over to the side there at this farm. Swing around. We have got pigs at 30 just there. We've got cows at 125 just in there, and again another barn. And we've got little tracks that wind all over the place from the fields, and as I've just shown you, it's that kind of multi-layered, multi-level thing which And it's that detail. Look, watchtower. I think there's 2 watchtowers on here. Gameplay on here wouldn't be necessarily easy. Whoa. Oh, that is barn space. There's not a silo or anything tucked away in here. That is something actually. At all the farms, there's not a silo. Just realised that. Looking up my notage. Right. Down into the big smoke. Well, sort of. Turning down here. That building ahead of us. That is the river spinnery. Now that's not a spinnery, that's just a sell point. And then beyond that we've got Fjorddal Hotel. Fjorddal, should I say? Fjorddal? Fjorddal. So there's your sell point there. River spinnery. And again, this is the second point and the only 2 that I've taken the liberty with this. Because I thought it's quicker and easier than going back out to the main road, coming all the way back down again and back out to the hotel. It's a grass field, so I'll flatten the grass a little bit but shouldn't damage the crops. I've taken out 3 fence sections over this side. I will restring it. There you go. So just coming out here, there's normally a fence there, and then here we've got the Fjorddal Hotel sell point just there with a lovely view overlooking the harbour area. Then we're going to head out and down. Look at that with the bridges out over there. Awesome. Right. Next, I think if I've got this right. We're going to sweep down. Plot 42 that I already purchased was the biogas plant land. You have to buy the land to get the icons and stuff. You can't use any of it until you bought the land. Parts of it you can sell, but a warning comes with that. The lights and stuff around it I couldn't sell. If you've watched any of my map tours, you know what I'm going to say next. If you can do anything like that at all, save your game first. Make the changes you want to make. If it doesn't work how you think it's going to, you can always go back to your previous save game. No harm and no foul. You'll be absolutely fine. Certain bits this I could remove. I could remove that. I think the biogas plant would go. The silage clamps would go, but the lighting at the silage clamps wouldn't, which kind of leaves them hanging sort of in the air. So again, just something to be aware of. This is was it a 500 kilowatt? I think it's a 500 kilowatt. So once you've bought the land, 500 kilowatt. Oh, you'll be able to see that anyway, it's right there. But yeah, 500 kilowatt standard products in with digestate out. Lovely. So I'm back in. Okay. From the biogas plant, next one along. Hang on, have I missed it? Oh no, here it is. We've got the vehicle shop and workshop trigger just here. The reset point is here as well, and we do have a forklift truck which is there to our left. The reset point is just over here, and the next door to that we have got the Fjorddal train station. Now this is a transfer silo. I'm going to rent the train and we're going to do a quick loop round on the train, then we'll come back and we'll carry on the tour from here. But your in and out roadside is done there. Spin it around, turn the engine off, and then round the back here we've got in and out from the train side, and our rent train point just here. That's going to take a little while to get here, but that's alright. So I will wait when the train gets here. We shall carry on. Excellent, right. The train then. So the railroad silo is fairly standard as far as railroad silo contents goes. It's not fully multi-fruit, but does the things that you get in a railroad silo. including seed, wood chip, potato, sugar beet, those kind of things, but not everything. So, and you'll see what I mean about this, and this is, yeah, disappointing implies it's not, that's not it. It's just needs to be smooth, just a gradual smoothing of all of these sharp bits, because the whole rest of the map is phenomenal. What I do like though, as I came around here, I was thinking, I don't understand this. Why is the train not in the middle? It's not in the middle because if you're playing on console and you can't use the ferry to get across this island, that side is for driving. Genius. We're coming up on Freya Chocolate, of the chocolatier. Now, if you don't own it, it's a sell point. You can bring milk and stuff here. I think milk and sugar and stuff. But you can purchase it as a production, and you can still then bring stuff here by train if you want to. There you go. So we can make our chocolate here with sugar and milk. This is pretty cool. I'm trying to think of I don't think we have. I don't know. Maybe we have. I'm trying to think of another map that's had the chocolatier with the train running through these arches. It's a clever idea. Back off the island now. I think down to the left there, just over there, there's sort of an area. I'm pointing. You can't see me pointing, but anyway, I think where the ferry goes if you're on PC. Now we come from here, and we go up into the mountainside. So it goes into a tunnel. But there's again a slight curiosity with this. So we're going from Freya Chocolate to Train Tunnel. Now Train Tunnel is a sell point. And what I want to say is, I know this is, let's say, it is a bit clunky, it's a bit sharp, and it just needs smoothing, that's all. I don't want that to detract from the rest of the map, because whenever I do map tours, if I find a map that I think is really fantastic, I want people to like it, I want people to play on it, I want people to experience it because it looks fantastic. I don't want people to look at bits like that and go, oh, I'm not playing that, that's awful, because no, there's the rest of the maps here. Anyway, we go through this tunnel, and this is the curiosity. As we come in here, there's a sell point. Now, obviously, you bring your train up here, and we can sell in here. It's a mine, however you want to refer to it. But what's curious is there's a rent train point in here. But the only way to get in here is by train. There's no road. I suppose you might drive in, I suppose, maybe along the side, potentially. But there's no quarry in here, which I thought would be another cool feature if this was opened up a little bit. You can maybe have stone and stuff piled up, maybe do a bit of quarrying. But just back, we've just gone past it. Yeah. So there's a sell point just in there. We've just gone over it. Train tunnel with the rent train point. It's a tiny thing. It's just, you know, it's weird how you're doing certain things. Your brain suddenly goes, hang on a minute. I was looking for a roadway in or something, because I thought, well, maybe there is a track or a road that comes in, but it's not. It's all just by train. Then we come out of here, and it's like, bam. I'm just going to stop the train here a second, because I want to show you that, like so I've showed you kind of on the map, but I want to show you in the air. Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down. Look at it. The cutting through the side of the hill here. If we do this and go out, the detail, when you get up to the north of the map, coming down from the farm, I went out one way, but look at this. Got this crossing point here. And then you've got all this winding, sweeping, undulating countryside. You can do logging if you want to turn it into other stuff. But look, tracks and walkways and ponds. And then you've got a little field. And it's so well done. Look at it. So from here we're going to go back around. There's no other sell points or anything on the railway line. We'll go back to the train station. I will see you back there momentarily. And we will carry on with our tour. Can you imagine little walking past, logging and stuff all around here? If logging's not your thing, don't do logging. I have returned the rented train. We shall continue. We're not moving, there we go. So across the way just there, we went to Frey Chocolate. This is Sinnofinden cheese. Just here. Butter and cheese can be produced at this location. I did this last time, didn't I? I drove out across the pedestrian bit, which I probably shouldn't have done. Across the way there we got Joker, Sell Points, Supermarket, and then just to the left of that, just behind those trees, there's a lime station. And there's a little silo behind there. And turn just down here, cross over the railway, Spinnery, just there. Here we've got grain mill, and this is the same as on Rosendal. If you haven't watched that map at all, that's absolutely fine. I'll show you anyway. This grain mill is one you definitely want to purchase because this is packed with productions. Come to here. As you can see, all the various different things, whether it be flour, oil, grape production, grape processing unit, sugar, cereal factory. Butter and cheese, so a whole load of stuff can be done at this one. Just there we've got the Fjorddal harbour sell point, we've got the animal dealer, and then we've got a bale sell point just there. I'm going to stick just to the left of this track because it is a public right of way. I have no reason to be on it, but I am. Little marina just there, farmers market just there. Around the back is the sell point. Back out onto the road, the other side of the railway track. And we come up on the carpentry and sawmill. This has got a mill pond. Well, it looks like a mill pond anyway. And this is what I said, but I bought this plot, was this plot 45 I think it was, because this wasn't showing. Bale and pallet storage there of 250, so once you buy the plot of land you get that. Carpentry standard, sawmill standard, and as I said, just down here, that's interesting, the sort of railway track. I'm not sure why that's there, but anyway, sort of mill pond there. There's your point for buying it and operating it. Wood plank standard with wood chip coming out, but if you're going to put wood in, your icon, your point here for selling wood is just around the corner. I went all over the place. I went around the building, I'm thinking maybe the icon's missing. If you put the wood in here and you manage points there, I came up around here, I went all over the side here. No, it's just tucked around the other side of the building. So if you're looking for it, that's where it is to sell your wood or to put wood in to the production. So the large building just to our right as we come along here is grain mill, but this is just a sell point grain mill, and this, I think, if you've got the PC mod, this is the ferry point, because it's got the ramp down, which I'm assuming is where the ferry docks, just here. And if you look across, directly across there, it looks to me like that little bit there is a replica of this. So you can take the ferry across to the little island. You can either go by train, or like I said, you've got a gap either side, so if you're playing on console and you want to drive over there, not use the train, you can get along the side of the railway track on either of the bridges as well. Sweeping round, more tunnelage to go, but only a tiny little bit. Again, a nice detail and a nice feature. To our left, debris crusher. To our right, bakery. That is the Sandbreca? Blanked. Sandbreca bakery. I'll buy it anyway while we're here, why not? I think I put on my notes Sandbecker, but Sandbecker Bakery, standard. Gas station just the other side. Just there. Then if we take this little track, and again we're kind of getting away from the built up area now. All these little bits. Got a little pond, the trackway sweeps round, and to get to that field there So we're now heading to plot 7 and plot 6. These were the ones a little bit further out. I don't think I've shown you on the map enough where we've been and where we're going, but I will do a kind of a mop-up of that information. So we're sweeping round and we head up out of the way. You'll see just the right, the little roadway that runs up the side, up by the bridge. It's a cracker of a map. So plot 7 first. So this little farm here, we've got a cow barn for 80 cows with a little bit of storage above it. And the cow barn bit is actually around the front, but I'll open this up just to show you. Storage above, around the side. There you go. The triggers. I think this one opens as well here. But when I say you can't go inside the buildings, what I mean is, or what I meant was earlier, when you put your 80 cows in here, you can't see the 80 cows. You can put the feed and stuff in, you can use the barn storage and that kind of stuff, but you just don't see the animals. The pens you do, but obviously the barns not so much. Just sweep up round behind the farm here. We've got a couple of beehives and we've got a spawn point for honey pallets. There you go, just around there. It's the sort of map I keep looking thinking, oh, I wonder where that goes. I just want to explore. I think it just goes up to another little field, but just what's over that horizon? Another false summit and another false summit. It's very cool. Sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger just here on plot 7. And then we go a little bit further along, come to plot 6. Plot 6 has a sleep trigger around the back of that building. Stop the engine. Sleep trigger's just round here. And then round the back of here, this is our sheep barn for 200 sheep. If I open this up, this is the barn that has silage production built in. So if I click on that, we can turn our grass into silage, a 1-to-1 ratio, and this is the one that also has this, so you can show the conveyor for it or not. You don't have to. And we come around the side here, and we've got our dialogue box trigger for our 200 sheep just there. So back to the map. Oh, that's the last place we were. So main farm, out to that one, then we cut right the way across, followed that route round, T-junction out that way, then we came back round there, down to the river spinnery there, and across to the hotel, then we came down to the biogas plant, vehicle shop, then we jumped on the train. We took the train round, Freya Chocolate, up there to the tunnel, sell point there, back around, and we kind of had a bit of a sweep across here, just have taken some of the landscape, back around there, then I got off the train and we came out from there, out to the cheese factory, the what was the name of it? Finden, wasn't it? Finden, out to Joker and just to the side was a lime station, then out to there to Spinnery. Oh yeah, that was the extra grain mill, animal dealer, bale sell point and the harbour point, round to the farmers market, then across there, and that took us into the sawmill, carpentry with bale and pallet storage just there. Like that. And that was the grain mill with possibly the ferry crossing. And I think that, like I said, we were looking across to there. I think that joins. Then we came through the little tunnel around here, came out the other side to debris crusher, bakery, gas station, followed this round to this one here, plot 7, this one here, plot 6, and that's the map. And like I said, what an absolute corker it is. That's by OList9. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.